Bible school, I was the poorest. I was the least of the students. Are you aware of that, sir? I could not even communicate because I couldn't speak French English. Others were so sharp, especially Nubidu.
Yes, sir.
All of them. Before I speak one, they would have spoken 10, 12 times. You understand? I was the least in finance, I was least in everything, even my dressing. You know this one is what? Is poor. But there is a secret I got around that time. 3 people helped me at the same time. Number one is Oyedepo. It was the time I know Oyedepo. I didn't see him face to face. How did I know Oyedepo? Number one, the people that taught me, introduced me to him. You are one of them. It was during your teaching you were given reference about Oyedepo. I didn't know him from any other. Oyedepo said, who is this Oyedepo? Who is this man called Oyedepo? Until I had to go to bookshop and begin to try to read his books. You understand? So these 3 people helped me how to give, and I began to give. My first giving in that school was the black and white television that I brought. That was the only my property. I bought from Lagos. When God says it is time for ministry, black and white. You know this black and white television that you have to tune, Then when I heard the message under your influence, I gave this black and white television to Papa that owned the school. That was the turning point. When this thing worked, it works automatically. That was how I keyed into it. Then, keying into it, before we finished from the school, I have one motorbike that I use for Okada. You still remember, sir? Black like this. I sold that Okada as a seed before I left the school. So, giving has to shift my seat from the back to what? By the grace of God, I should be one of the students in the front today. So that's giving. Then number 2, it is financial breakthrough we are talking about. Giving can give us financial breakthrough. You are aware of that. And then number 3, when we are talking about this financial breakthrough, sir, time will not permit me to talk about how God changed my resources through giving. Then number 3 is numerical growth. I am one of the pastors that can tell anybody that giving can change your growth. Numerically can change. Church growth, I have practiced it severally. If you know, there are some numbers that are rigid supernaturally. 20, 30, 50, 100, 150, 200. They are supernaturally rigid. When the number increased to 19, they will hit the head of 20. 20 will send them back. So you have to look at what you can do to break the head of 20. So if the head of 20 is broken, if it can be only one figure to be above 20, you are going towards 30. So that is how from there to 50, from 50 to 100, from 100 to 50, so and so like that. And one of the principles I use that help me is giving. Whenever I'm approaching a stubborn number that doesn't want to shift, I will just look for this thing and I will go to somebody who has that grace that has broken the number. So the grace that helped him to break the number, they will jump on me and also break the number. So it can change numerical. When I say numerical, not only in church, numerical business. Your church can increase from 1 to 2 at the same street. So numerically. Then number 4 is divine health. Divine health. I'm standing before you to let everybody know that this year makes 7 years of the church. And I knew when the church was under 5 that no member would come and greet me in hospital till Jesus come. No prayer. By the virtue of this giving. I have given some giving to tap to the life of those who carry divine health. Those who have never visited hospital. Those who have not spent their money or the one of the church into hospital. You know, it's not dignified. If pastor member has to come and greet pastor in hospital, that they are not killing. I can see it as not dignified. And by the grace of God, in these 27 years, by the grace of God is my witness, there is no one day that member has come, I not even in hospital, to come and greet me in my house. That daddy, God will take care of you. And not only that, you know, my children have to tap to the grace. Even till now, it was only immunization when they were young. Till now. And I always tell the member, the day you come to greet me in the hospital, that will be the end of my ministry. I always tell them. I'm not boasting, I'm saying it on the revelation of what I've done. That you can't, it's not possible. If you come to greet me in hospital, that means I've done something wrong from the track. So that means giving is not okay. We are talking about finance. If you are sick, what is it affecting? Your money. The money is supposed to have used to do some certain things. You spend it and you say, doctor, thank you. God has used you for me. And he has collected your money. You still take your what? Your thanks. So, what about security? What about security? By the grace of God, God has used me to ride. This current one will make 20 cars. Then when I was trekking, I knew if I have a car, I won't have accidents. And with these 20 cars, God of heaven is my witness, I have not even have one accident, either major or casual. Because I knew by the virtue of the revelation of the giving I have done, I will not have accidents. And I always tell member, it's not possible. It cannot happen. So you know, see, all of these things I mentioned, the one I'm here to mention, they are around the corner of what? Of giving. This thing that will place them in place to take money away from you. If you are prosper, you are sick. You are prosper, you are accident, you are sponsor, you are prosper. This take money, the other take money, and you become poor. So now another one is healing power. Healing power. Somebody who wants to walk in supernatural healing power, let him go and begin to give. And the seventh one is marital bliss. Marital bliss. If you want to have joy in your home, please give. Give. If you don't want to have problem over your children, please give. It gives you joy in your home. Apart from that, physically, if you provide for your host or for your family, apart from that you're fulfilling Bible, apart from that, if you have what it takes when you are giving, no trouble will be allowed in that family. All of these are Bible backing, which time will not permit me. Let me now give us types of giving before I hand over. Types of giving. Number one. Right. So people don't consider. All of these I'm going to mention are what? But all of these 9 classes of giving, all of them are the one that can help you with these 7 things I've mentioned. Yes. You don't need to sit down and look, search yourself and know the one that match the other one. So tithe. I will rebuke what? If you are sick, that's the word. If your car is stolen, you have accident with your car, that's the word. That's the word. And your children is always sick and you have family doctor. It's not good. Please, it's not a good thing. You say, my family doctor. You see, neighbor takes money from you. You are prayed for breakthrough. Breakthrough comes and something takes it away from you. Is a devourer. And number 2 is worship offering. Worship offering. Anybody that gives God worship offering, then God will accept the worship and he also will be worshipped. People will accept it. Particularly, not just to give offering, but to give deliberately.